Healing is keeping you broken. Let me repeat that. Healing is keeping you broken. I know that's a controversial thing to say, but just hear me out. Hi beauties and cuties, it's your favorite internet gunkle, Mike Lapito. And I know I might have come off real strong in the intro, but just hear me out. We operate in this world, in this 3D reality, in states. You know, we're in a happy state sometimes, we're in a calm state, we're in an energetic state. Now, I'm not saying healing yourself specifically emotionally or mentally is a bad thing whatsoever. No. I'm saying that since we do occupy states, sometimes we can get so caught up in the rut of the healing process. We can become addicted to healing, to constantly being in a state of bettering ourselves, which there is nothing wrong with that, you know? I think when you find things to better yourself throughout your life, there is an exponential compounding effect that you will see results. But what I'm really trying to say is we can get caught up in the self-development healing patterns that we keep ourselves broken. We keep ourselves in the state of needing to be fixed, as opposed to already feeling that we are in the state of being healed already. Does that make sense? I think most of us go about healing from a state of being broken. I think that we kind of, for the most part, victimize ourselves and keep ourselves in the state of being broken when we are trying to heal ourselves. I am a huge Dr. Joe Dispenza fan. If you don't know who he is a metaphysical doctor, but also trained medical doctor who combined both spirituality and his health background. And he really studied how we as humans can heal ourselves through the power of thoughts, through manifestation, through occupying states of being. He also read Neville Goddard as well. Neville Goddard is a huge law of assumption king, so I highly recommend him too. But basically, Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that you occupy states of being throughout your life. And if you choose to keep yourself broken and you're healing yourself from the mindset of being a broken or unhealthy person, you will still occupy that state of being. You're just gonna keep yourself in a loop. However, beauties and cuties, if you come about your healing process already thinking from the end, and when I say think from the end, I mean think from your end state of being. Like, what is your end goal? Do you wanna be healed? Do you wanna be more healthy? Do you wanna be more happy? Think from the end and really bridge the gap, because when you start to heal yourself and think from the end, you are occupying a new state of being. As from within, so without. So it is important for us to get out of our normal states of being that we no longer want to occupy. Because again, you cannot find the solution from the state of being of the problem, babes. You have to jolt yourself into a new state of being. And what I love about Dr. Joe Dispenza is he really emphasizes you have to reinvent yourself. You have to get yourself out of these patterns through thinking about your wish fulfilled, through thinking about the end state of healing that you want to occupy. When you get a clearer picture of what your fully happy self or fully healed self or full healthy self looks like, then you will start to get more comfortable occupying that state of being. Because sometimes when people heal themselves, they're going from point A to point Z, and that is a far gap. They feel like it's almost impossible for them to be healed in whatever way, shape, or form they are wanting to be healed. But gaining clarity on what your healed self is, you will start to feel comfortable in what that feels like. And it will sort of be like a placebo effect. Dr. Joe Dispenza even mentions the placebo effect is fully our brains convincing ourselves and our bodies that something is working for them. And so the body works accordingly and heals accordingly. However, the placebo could be a sugar pill and it does absolutely nothing. With our state of being, with our thoughts, with what we convince ourselves as true, it is like a self-fulfilling prophecy. That is what manifestation is. Now, this is not really a manifestation video, but sort of. All in all is I'm trying to emphasize the point that sometimes you just gotta break free from that healing cycle. I watched this TikTok and she brought up some great points, and we live in a world full of duality. Too much of one thing is never good for us, babes, including healing. Too much of self-development can become toxic, can become an addiction that is hard to get out of, and that will ultimately not even help us. It will do the opposite. Since we live in a world of duality, sometimes you just gotta fucking live your life. Sometimes you just gotta get out there, make mistakes, have fun, live your life, and just be. And she did mention this amazing point that I will definitely always remember, is that healing comes in waves. Healing ebbs and flows, you know? So just go with the natural cycle of your healing process. If you feel called to journal, if you feel called to do therapy, if you feel called to more self-care for yourself, or yoga, or whatever healing might be for you, then feel it through. Go with that natural inclination that you have. And then after a while, once you start to feel like you're not perfect, because nobody's perfect, babes, but once you start to feel like you have a hold on yourself, then just continue to live your life. Of course, if you want to maintain some practices like daily yoga, daily journaling, by all means, do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. All I'm here to say is that do not keep yourself in the state of being as someone broken, okay? You really have to get yourself out of that thinking. The whole point of healing is to go from one state to another. So gain clarity on what this new state of being will be like. Get clarity of what that person will walk like in the world, what that person will feel like in the world, especially big emphasis on feeling, because feeling really gets the energy moving. It really gets things going in the world, and manifestations mostly come from the way you feel, the way you are thinking about yourself and about your life in general. So all in all, I think it's just so important for us to not be afraid to just make mistakes, go out there, fuck around, do what you want to do. It's important for us to have and maintain that balance and duality, because again, too much of one thing is never good, babes, okay? If you are finding yourself in some sort of toxic relationship and pattern with self-development and healing, and just you feel like you've reached a threshold of everything you can do in the moment in this point in time for yourself, I have been there. I was in a self-development cycle addiction when I was in college, and I just felt like every day I had to do something for myself, which was, you know, it's a good thing to invest in yourself. However, I feel like I overdid it, which led me to just going the other way and just being fucking wild and crazy. But again, even when I went the other way, I definitely needed that, because it brought me back to healing. And then you just gotta ebb and flow. You just have to feel everything out, because healing is a feeling. So really go with the feelings that you have. And I think it's so important for us to follow our instincts, our inner voice of what our higher self is trying to tell us and lead us to. So again, I am not shitting on healing at all. I do a lot of self-care for myself. I practice Qigong, I do yoga, I meditate at least 10 minutes before I go to sleep and when I wake up. I also do journaling and do some manifestation exercises for myself. I also take runs and stuff. But as long as you are coming from the state of that mindset of being healed, when you do these practices, you're bridging the gap between healed you and broken you. But never label yourself as a broken or unhealed person. There's this Bible quote, and it is, "Let the weak say I am strong, let the poor say I am rich." So those are two states of being, and they're totally different. However, this Bible verse to me, I think the way I interpret it is, if you want to be rich, but you're currently in a state of poverty, start to claim that you're rich. Start to feel and embody someone who is rich or wealthy. Get clear with the mental picture, visualize, do all of that for yourself. If you are sick and you want to become stronger, then visualize yourself going about your day in a healed form, walking and seeing your loved ones. Visualize yourself out and about and just feeling great, you know? Even though you are currently not in that state of being now, it is important for us to gain clarity of that. When I'm sick, when I'm down with a fever, I usually affirm to myself, thank you for my healing, thank you for my healing, thank you for my healing. Even though I'm like burning up, I'm shivering, snot's running down my nose, I'm coughing, I just already say thank you for my healing. And honestly, beauties and cuties, I only stay sick for 1 or 2 days and that's it. And I only get sick once a year. So I heal myself really fast, but it's because I'm already claiming that I'm healed. Gratitude is also a great form of coming from a state of already occupying what you want. So when you express gratitude for whatever you want, state you want to occupy, whatever healing you want, that is already conditioning your brain to be like, wow, well, he, she, they is feeling so much gratitude that your subconscious mind doesn't know what's real or what's not. And I think that's why the placebo effect works, because you are just psyching your brain out and then it just automatically sends signals to your body to start the healing process. So yeah, I dipped into a little neuroscience here and there. Again, I am not an expert at any of this, but reading Dr. Joe Dispenza and Neville Goddard really helped me reframe what healing is to me. And I think healing is being already that healed person, coming from that state of being, even though you're still currently at your less desirable state. Because again, when you are just constantly saying to people like,
I'm in my healing era, oh, I need to heal more,
you are affirming to people that you are broken, that you have something you need to fix. And I think when the reason why manifestation works is sometimes you guys gotta fake it till you make it. Sometimes you just gotta keep repeating a delusion until it becomes reality. That's why being Delulu is the best Salulu. If you haven't seen my video, go watch that video. All in all, I hope this all made sense to you. And literally just to reiterate, I am not shitting on the healing process. You know, healing will heal you only if you choose to occupy and get comfortable with that mindset of becoming the healed person, embodying that healed state. Because again, if you're trying to heal yourself and still labeling yourself as broken or unhealed, you're just gonna be in a constant loop. Anyways, beauties and cuties, if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And also be sure to follow my Instagram and TikTok right here. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, my healed and beautiful beauties and cuties. And remember, your favorite internet gunkle loves ya. Bye.